Welcome to Techi. In this video I will show you how we can install the Exchange web portal for our Exchange organization. Before installing it, let's see the prerequisites needed for that. It is recommended to install it on Exchange Management Server, so you should be ready with the Exchange Management Server. First of all, we will create the exact user, this svc_exchange portal in our Active Directory. And then we have to assign the permission to this user, and the required permissions are domain user, account operators, recipient management and organization management. Therefore, after that we can download the zip and run the script to install the portal. So let's go to the Active Directory server and create the user first. So right now we are on our Active Directory server, and if I open the Active Directory, you can see the demo.com. So first of all, let me create a new OU, and I will name the OU as a portal and click on OK. Now inside this portal, I will create a new user and I will name the user as a svc_exchange portal. Make sure that if you are trying to install it, you should also have to create the same user account. So let me click on next. Let me put the password for this. So I put the password for this user, click on next and finish. So this user has been created. Now we have to assign the permission to this user, and I will go to the member of and click on add, advanced, find now. I need a permission for account operators, recipient management and organization management. So we have the account operators, organization management and recipient management. Click on OK. So these four permissions are assigned to this user. Click on apply and OK. So our user has been created and permission are assigned. Let me close this. Let's go to the management server. This is my management server. If you see, it is joined to the domain. That is the name of the server, and it is joined with the domain demo.com. And if I try to run the command get mailbox, you can see we are able to see the mailboxes. So let's go to the website and download the zip. Let me maximize it. In order to download it, you have to go to the techijack.com, and here in the course, right now it is course, very soon it will be updated. In the course, when you click on this page will open. It says Exchange Admin Portal. You can see the trial download, and you can put the name, last name, email address and click on secure download. Let me fill the details. So I filled the detail, and let's click on submit and get secure download. So once you see this, thank you for your trial download, you can scroll it down and just click on this download trial, and you can see it is downloaded now. Let me open the folder, and here we have this zip file. Let me extract it here. So the zip has been extracted, and here you can see the standalone and multi-server. If you are using a single Exchange server, you can use this one, and if you are using the multi-server, you can select this one. So in our case, we have a multi-server, so I will use this one. So here we have this. So what I will do, I will copy this, and inside the C drive, I will create a folder by the name of script, and I will paste it here. Make sure that you should have app and portal installer in a one folder. So let me close this. Now let's try to open the PowerShell as an admin. I will navigate to the script folder, and here you can see we have a app and portal installer.ps1. Before running the script, I want to show you that right now we cannot see any app folder inside the C drive. So once the script run, it will create a app folder inside that, and it will put the file inside it. So let's now try to run the script, and this is the script, and I will just hit enter. So you can see the error. You might get this error. So you have to set the execution policy. In order to that, we can run set execution policy scope process execution policy bypass and hit enter. And now let's try to install the script. Now you can see the script has been started, and it's asking the password for this user svc_exchange portal. So the password is entered, and let me hit enter. So you can see the phase 1, it's installing the prerequisites, installing missing IIS components. It will check for the IIS components, and if it is missing, it will install only the missing components. Usually the script will take 5 to 8 minutes to get completed. Also depends on the configuration of your management server. So the components of IIS is installed, and now it's installing the RSET ADDS tools. It is installing it because it can populate the organization unit inside the portal. So it is required. And now it's installing the .NET 8 hosting bundle. So it will download it and it will install it automatically. So So Microsoft ASP.NET Core Hosting Bundle 8.0 is installed, and now it's installing the .NET Desktop Runtime. So once this is installed, now it's deploying the application, copying the application file, applying the NTFS permissions, creating the website inside C App Exchange Portal, and configuring the IIS authentication. So Windows authentication is enabled, anonymous authentication is disabled. So you can see installation completed successfully, and the URL is localhost and the port is 8443. So if we see inside the C drive, let's see the app is there or not. Here we can see the app folder is there and Exchange admin portal is there, and we have these files. So it is installed successfully. So by default the 8443 is not opened due to the security reasons. So portal can be open on this computer, but it will not be available on the network until we open this 8443 from the firewall of this computer. Let's check the IIS. Here you can see the site, and this is the Exchange admin portal, and it is bind to the 8443, and this is the application pool for the Exchange admin portal. And if we go to the advanced setting, here we have that identity, that svc underscore exchange portal user. Exchange portal will be using the permission with the help of this user. So it already have the permission of the recipient management and organization management. Even if the user does not have a exchange RBAC permission, if you allow him, he also can create the users and he can perform the task, because the permission is not stick to the user. Permissions are assigned to this svc exchange portal. So the portal has the permission to perform the action. And if we see this authentication, anonymous authentication is disabled, Windows authentication is enabled. If anyone want to connect it, it has to provide the Windows authentication. So let's try to browse it. So right now I am already logged in with the admin. That's why it did not prompt me for the username and password. Here you can see the demo, that is the domain, and the administrator is a user. So any user who is going to authenticate it, you can see it here. So now you can see the application has been opened. You can just click on this to see the health of your exchange. You can click on Mailbox Report to check the Mailbox Report. If I click on Run Mailbox Report, it will run the Mailbox Report. Here it will show the dashboard. We have to just wait for a while because it's not a web page. It's connecting to the exchange and then pulling the user details from the exchange, and here it is populated. You can see all these fields are there, in which database the user is lying, archive is enabled or disabled, litigation hold, account enabled, active sync, OVA, Outlook, IMAP, when it was created, last log on, mailbox age, item counts, mailbox size, retention policy, groups, OU, and mailbox size. So you get all these report, and you can even export it for the further investigation. And here we have this dashboard. This dashboard will be refreshing in every 180 seconds, that is 3 minutes. We have inbound and outbound flow, database health, system monitoring, mail queue, number of mailboxes, and here we have the DAG status, mailbox provisioning, enable mailbox, SSL status, ECP access. So here in the DAG status, it will show the status of the DAG. So right now you can see all the databases are mounted. We have 2 servers, 6 database, and no DAG is configured there. Still it's showing us. If you configure the DAG, it will show you the DAG status, and it will refresh it in every 30 seconds. Here we have a mailbox provisioning. You can see the total number of databases, mailbox. You can see the number of mailbox in each database, and therefore if you want to create the mailbox, you can select the OU and you can provision the mailbox. Here we have the enable mailbox. You can just select the user and select the database and just click on enable mailbox. The mailbox will be enabled for that particular user. So you can see the success, mailbox has been created and the user JAG has gone from here. This is the certificate status. You can see the certificate status for all our Exchange server. If you want to email that, if this app is configured as an anonymous relay with proper permission, you can just put the email address here and click on the send current report. It will send the SSL report to that particular email. Here we have this ECP access control. You can block your ECP from internal routed subnet or completely block it from the internet. And also one more thing is there. We also have the log. If I check here and if I say audit log, here you can see the audit log, like administrator, we are logged in with the administrator. We just downloaded the CSV with 9 rows. We ran the mailbox report and we enabled the mailbox for the JAK user in database 3. These logs are recorded here, like which user performed which task and on which date. So this can be very useful. You can just keep open this page. For DAG status, you can keep open this page and you can live monitor your Exchange. So this way you can install it, and also you can give the permission, option like more security, you can just check with this authorization rule here, and right now all the users of a domains are allowed. You can just deny them and click add a new rule, or you can edit this, and instead of all user you can see the specified user. You can create the group of few users, put that specific user group here and click on OK. If the group has 2 members, only those 2 members can open the Exchange portal, rest all user will be denied. So this is how you can install the Exchange portal and use it in your organization. I hope the video was useful. Let's meet in a next video. Friends, want to level up your IT career with exclusive Exchange server and hybrid training? Join my YouTube membership for exclusive step-by-step training, real-world migration labs, and insider tips you won't find anywhere else. Explore the complete playlist for Exchange Microsoft courseware, where you will get the step-by-step Exchange Server 2019-2025 training, hybrid Exchange plus Microsoft 365 deep dives, advanced migration guides and real-world lab, members only question and answer, and early access content, and many more new content to come. See the serious members taking the benefit of course content and leveling up their IT career. Playlist and membership link is available in the description. So select the membership and join now to start mastering Exchange like pro.